Alright, we've goose egged it so far on all the foothold traps, my predator traps, chicken beaver traps. No dice there. But I think we got us another one. Man, that trap right there in the slide. I am gonna try to reset this up with two traps, one up high and one down low. That way, when that family of otters comes through, which I can't wait, happens, I can snag both of them. The only thing that I've got to be careful about is making sure that if they come from the top down, whoever hits the first one doesn't get in the next one as well. So I think I can handle that by staking the other one off. But that's 3 beavers here, and this is the second day, and I mean that's how beaver trapping should be. Beaver trapping should be pretty efficient and quick. And this foothold is still sitting there. I think I'm gonna have to swap this out with a, I think I may have missed another beaver up top, but I think I'm gonna have to swap this out with a conibear in this run, because I think, I don't know, there's a lot of activity right here, and I feel like I should have something right here. So anyway, that wraps it up for today. Definitely slowing down, but that's part of it too, you know. Is you've got to keep your catches up. You got to keep your trap line rolling. You got to be putting out new sets, fresh sets, and covering ground to, you know, make catches over the long term. So that's what I'm trying to do. You know, I'll have on most of the 2 farms where I've had the predator traps out. This weekend will be 2 weeks. I'm probably going to pull them, and hopefully got a couple more farms lined up that I can move on to. Going to set some more beaver traps and make sure I keep my otter traps out as long as possible. But that's the name of the game when you're rolling and trying to continue catching, is getting fresh sets out and covering ground, and that's what we're going to try to do. I just wanted to point out here, been catching some beavers, and I always like to pull the casters out of them. And I was going to show you this. This is from the first beaver I caught, I don't know, a week and a half ago or something like that. He was a male beaver. It's the only beaver I've caught out of that pond. I think it was old bachelor beaver. But you can see these casters are nice and plump. They're full, and you can see I did a pretty good job of getting cleaning the skin off of them as well. That's a good set of casters. That's ideal for, you know, selling casters right there, and that's exactly what a buyer's going to look for. These are off of the beaver that I caught yesterday. Both of these were male beavers, about 35 pounds each. I weighed them. I weigh everything I catch. And you can see these are just kind of empty. They got a little bit in them, but they're not as plump, and I did a terrible job. Toward a little bit. Definitely not grade A casters, but you can see it's just, you compare the two of them, these are nice and full, and these are just a little weak, a little lacking. They're not quite as full. And then this is from the smaller beaver. So the beaver that I caught today and one that I caught yesterday, a couple of what I would consider subadults. So typically with beavers, you can have 3 age classes in a lodge. Adult beavers, subadult beavers, so maybe last year's young, or maybe even 2 years young, 2 years ago's young, and then this year's young. So and I would classify that as adult, subadult, and juvenile. Adult being the adults, the parents, subadults being either last year or the year before's young, and then the juveniles being this year's young. And I would consider this a subadult. This beaver was 26 pounds, and then the beaver I caught today was 30 pounds. The beaver I caught today was a male. This was a small female. But you can see it's a lot smaller compared to these other casters. And then it's it's also, you know, it's empty. You know, it's flat. There's really nothing there. So these still have some value, not much. I mean, this is your ideal scenario. You want several pounds of this pretty golden caster just like that if you're trying to sell them. And you know, if you get something like this, if you want to experiment with some lure making yourself, that's a good option. You know, I keep that bottle of caster and that I squeeze what I can out of beavers, and you know, you can take that, cut it open or cut it up and throw it in there, and then sometimes what I'll do is just, if I'm running low on juice, I'll just give me a little pond water, swash it around in there, because it's, you know, it's it'll have castor sitting in it anyway, so that can help to kind of rejuvenate that. But anyway, that's just a little quick and dirty on beaver caster and what a good caster looks like when you're trying to market it or sell it.